SCP-4287 P. Pigeon Esquire. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4287 is permitted one primary resting berth in the Site-48 secondary break room, and allowed a daily allotment of assorted pre-packaged snack foods and fresh fruits from the adjacent cafeteria. Each afternoon, SCP-4287 is to be provided with one cosmopolitan cocktail. Due to SCP-4287's limited voluntary mobility, it is permitted free access to any areas within Site-48, so long as it remains localized to one Foundation facility and wears a tracking device. Level 2 personnel are permitted and encouraged to pick up SCP-4287 and carry it around to assist it with desired location changes for increased efficiency. Until SCP-4287 is provided a finalized plan for the placement of recycling bins within Site-48, it is to be allowed direct access to all recycling receptacles for proper fecal disposal. Instances of SCP-4287-1 are to be disposed in the same on-site recycling receptacle. Description: SCP-4287 is an adult male rock pigeon, Columbia livia, of average size and weight with blue-gray feathers and black banding around its backside. It refuses to or is unable to take flight. SCP-4287 clearly displays signs of sapience, as it is able to communicate verbally with Foundation personnel in fluent English, albeit interspaced with typical non-anomalous pigeon behavior, including spontaneous defecation. It speaks in a Brooklyn accent unless it is being directly interviewed by Foundation personnel, at which time SCP-4287's accent will change to a vaguely British accent. SCP-4287 has also been observed editing paper documentation by pecking vigorously at the location of errors it has identified and wishes to comment on. Said commentary manifests at the end page of the corresponding content. Based on recorded interactions, SCP-4287 is highly skilled in industrial organization, office management, and clerical work consultation, and will freely offer these services to Foundation personnel, regardless of whether or not they request its services. It is also capable of spontaneously manifesting in any boardroom within Site-48, and frequently makes use of this ability to disrupt board meetings, insisting on acting as a moderator for the discussion, or identifying typos and grammatical errors on presentation materials. It is noted that SCP-4287 is not capable of teleporting out of the boardrooms, and must return to its previous location by walking or being carried. SCP-4287 is also able to anomalously consume large quantities of paper and cardstock material. Its waste, correspondingly, is composed of compressed, dry paper material in the shape of pellets, hereafter referred to as SCP-4287-1. Instances of SCP-4287-1 are propelled from SCP-4287's rear with sufficient force to cause immediate, explosive decompression upon impact. SCP-4287 was purportedly first discovered in the Site-48 courtyard with the US postage stamp affixed to its head. The image on the stamp featured a minimalist design of a human hand performing an obscene gesture with the caption text, "To, you, from, you." A small snake design is present on the raised third finger. Addendum: SCP-4287-1. Interview excerpt following intake of SCP-4287. Interviewer: Researcher C. Edwards. Interviewee: SCP-4287. Researcher Edwards: So, SCP-4287, how is it that you came to our facility? SCP-4287: Well, a little blue birdie told me that you were in need of some management and organizational assistance, so I convinced an intern to bring me into this facility under the guise of being his... SCP-4287 abruptly tilts its head at a 45-degree angle and emits a single SCP-4287-1 instance. Seeing Eye Pigeon. Which intern are you referring to? Well, one must never... SCP-4287 bobs its head left to right multiple times. Oust one's important associates, eh? It was Intern Jansen, wasn't it? SCP-4287 begins flapping its wings in a violent and threatening manner, as well as emitting multiple instances of SCP-4287-1 onto the wall behind its perch. SCP-4287 angrily shouts and normal Pigeon sounds. Researcher Edwards shifts slightly in her seat, exhibiting signs of minor discomfort. Addendum: SCP-4287-2. Partial list of site-wide policy changes involving SCP-4287. Allocation of at least 10 Level 1 interns to provide specialized transportation assistance for P. Pigeon Esquire throughout designated areas of Site-48. Accepted. Immediate relocation of pigeon-friendly foodstuffs from Cafeteria A3 to the adjacent secondary break room. Routine reminders to Foundation personnel making use of aforementioned areas that they are not to consume items that does not belong to them and they have no claim to. Request denied. Your request involves the purchase and installation of new refrigeration units, which is not cost-effective. However, we will place a sign directing people away from your food. Dr. Erickson, Site Director. Per attached brief regarding observed walking patterns within Site-48, recommending that water dispensers in the second floor back area corridor be relocated in an area of greater employee traffic. Accepted. Due to the increase of paper material present in Recycling Area 1, requisition of 10 Energy Star compliant low energy 12-volt LED bulbs to be installed to alleviate the potential fire risk. A cost analysis has been performed, and it is concluded that this investment will also reduce the overall energy cost of Site-48 by several $100s per month. Please find said cost analysis document attached. Provisional acceptance. Subject to revision following Fiscal Department processing of 20-page cost analysis document. I hereby submit this requisition for 3 mobile recycling receptacles to increase efficiency of SCP-4287-1 disposal. The current location of the non-mobile recycling receptacles is highly inconvenient for the interns. Request denied. Your request involves the purchase of recycling receptacles, which we do not have sufficient space for. Additionally, it would not be cost-effective. Dr. Erickson, Site Director. I hereby submit this rebuttal. Without mobile recycling receptacles, there will be increased emission of SCP-4287-1 in an increasingly inconvenient location. Personal response: listen, that's what the interns are for, but I'll do you a favor. Max. Official response: rebuttal has been accepted and considered, and after deliberation, the Board of Directors has determined that it is not enough to sway our initial decision. We are prepared, however, to purchase 1 small mobile recycling receptacle. Dr. Erickson, Site Director. Thank you for listening to SCP-4287. If you enjoyed this SCP, please follow the link in the description of the SCP Wiki and vote it up to support it and the SCP Wiki as a whole. Also, if you have any SCPs you'd like for me to do, please leave a comment below, and I'll see what I can do.